Hey guys, I'm Sean Hammond with PremierGuitar.com. We're in Nashville at Summer NAMM 2017 at the T-Rex booth. We got Michael on guitar. Michael, how's it going?
Premier Guitar! I'm so glad to see you guys.
Same with us, man. Bright and early on the second day. It's actually quiet for a couple minutes. Lars, how are you doing? Let's get a real handshake. So you guys have 4 new pedals here that we're looking at, and we just heard the Replicator Junior, which is a change to the Replicator you guys announced about a year ago, right?
It is. It's actually a smaller and price-wise a little cheaper. But the thing is that it's the same mechanics. It's only one playback head instead of 2, as on the big version. It comes with 3 knobs. Actually 4, but there's one in the back, which is saturation.
So we got delay level, feedback, time. All right, we're gonna do some dancing around here to get closer to the pedal.
Delay level, where you can determine how much delay signal you want. It's parallel, added to the direct signal. Then we got the feedback, and then we got the time. At the back we got the saturation, which is the gain, how much signal you push into the tape. And then there is a switch between where you can you only listen to the delay signal, as it's a kill drive switch, so you can use it in a loop. And you also use this switch when you adjust the tension on the tape. But this is the Replicator Junior, and comes with the same mechanics as the big brother, you know, with the tape cartridge as we know it. Yeah.
And when we first saw this, I think it was like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, and it wasn't quite ready to hear.
Yeah, that's right.
And we were like, holy shit.
That improve it constantly. We have made a new tape with springs instead of felt blocks, which means it's not that static. It's much easier to adjust.
So this tape cartridge is different from the original version?
It is. It's actually more like the same concept as a cassette tape as we know it, with a brass spring inside, so every head adjusts it individually.
And how does that change things?
It means that we actually achieved like 15% extra signal, better bandwidth, and
better bandwidth, and like more.
It means that it's much easier to adjust, and each heads adjust individually, which means that you could actually push the tape further to the heads, which means you got more signal and more bandwidth actually.
Okay. So besides the cartridge and the one playback head, what are the main differences?
The main difference between the Junior and the classic Replicator is that the classic Replicator comes with much more features, like chorus and 2 heads and stuff. This is more like a raw version where you have like only one playback head, like this. So you put something into the tape and you take it out, and the speed determines the delay time. So this is what it is.
So did all these changes affect the price a lot?
It does. There's like $300 difference. So that's the difference. Yeah.
So is this one around $300 or $400 itself then? I think the original was like $700, $800 or something, right?
It's actually $600 this. So it's more like, yeah, it is.
Okay. Sorry, I was way off.
Yeah. So it comes with tap timbre as well, as we know it. Push button, so it doesn't, how can I say, foot. Yeah. So
there's kind of out of the way, so you don't break the knobs. That's handy. All right, cool. Should we move on to the next stuff? These are reissues of like the first 3 pedals that T-Rex ever did. Like how long ago?
Yeah, that's 20 years ago. We did it. We made those 3 pedals as the first pedals as all in T-Rex. The first one we did was actually Alberta, and it's in the right order actually. Alberta is a 808 pedal, but what we did was that we changed the gain structure a little bit. It's not that harsh in the low settings, but then we took all the capacitors and changed it to WEMA capacitors and stuff. The difference between the old Alberta and this one is that the new one signature is that it comes with actually, how can I say, better components, and it's actually sounds, I think, 15-20% better than the old one.
So it's based on the original
It is
schematics,
designed,
but
yeah.
with better components than were available then?
Yeah, and of course after like 20 years we got much more experience in making pedals, but they are all hand built in Denmark, and actually it's Christian and me who do the final test on the pedals when they leave the factory. So yeah, we simply just found the best components which we thought sounds best, you know. So yeah, it's simply just, how can I say, lift the quality somehow in the sound.
Very cool. Can we hear a couple sounds out of each pedal, starting with the Alberta? Yeah, it sounds really nice.
It does. Lots of good bottom end, and I think that's general. It's simply, it's an easy pedal to use because it's you know, you can't misdial it somehow, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, it did sound good at pretty much at all those settings you had dialed in. What about the Mudhoney?
The other pedal is the Mudhoney. It's the same concept as the old original one. Again, we changed all the capacitors to WEMA, and
so the Mudhoney is more of a distortion.
It's more like a distortion compared to. You have a switch where you can choose between like a light distortion and a boost. So this is the boost.
Very cool.
Yeah. The next.
And then Tremster.
The Tremster, yeah. The Tremster. The special thing about the Tremster is that's the curve. It's when we did it, we were of course listening to the old Fender amp like a twin reverb, and that's what we were looking for when we made it. See, the special thing about the Tremster is that it goes very, very deep, and the curve is not like a sinus curve as we know it. It's more like shaped differently, but you can hear it. It's
So the mode switch changes the waveform?
It changed the waveform a little bit, but it also changed the threshold. So you could actually...
Sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Yeah.
It changes the waveform, but also what?
The threshold, so which means it doesn't go that deep.
Okay.
So there's actually two quite different modes. You can choose between.
Now, I got to ask, because you said you updated the components. Did you guys consider adding like voltage control? Whoa. Someone's booth is blowing up over there.
Not to add anything. Because
Like-
actually, we have to be honest to the original stuff here.
So you didn't think about adding like, and why can I not think of voltage controlled pedal?
Timber or something at this. No, not at all. Because I rather spend some effort into, put some effort into the components instead. Because there's a lot of those old T-Rex pedals out there, at the Mudhoney, Alberta, Tremster, and we just had so much positive feedback. So the whole idea was to take the original pedals and make them even better on the same concept. So that's what we did, and I think it came out with a very good solution, results. Yeah.
Cool. So are they all pretty much the same price, or
It's $299.
each of them is $299?
Yeah.
Street.
Street, yeah.
Lars, you want to tell people where to go online to find out more about the Replicator Junior and all these pedals and everything else you guys do?
Yeah, go to our website. It's t-rex-fx.com, and you can find all the information about our products.
Find dealers and all that stuff.
All dealers and stuff. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Lars. Thanks, Michael. Thanks for joining us, guys. I'm Sean Hammond for PremierGuitar.com.